Hello and welcome to another edition of the Michigan Conservative Roundtable. Mac, TJ here. We're going to talk today about companies that are anti-gun and the effects it has on those companies, the stockholders, and their customers. So I'll turn it over to TJ.
Well, what kind of got it going and where I came up with the idea was a few days ago in the mail, I got a flyer from Sportsman's Warehouse. And of course, me being a gun owner and a shooter, always looking for another source of ammunition, I thought, ooh, I need to check this place out. I'm looking at the address. And I'm thinking, man, where the heck is this thing? Because I think I know the area pretty well. And I said, where is this? So I looked up the address, and lo and behold, the store location, the new Sportsman's Warehouse location, is the building where the now failed Field and Stream store was. And I will confess, at first I thought Field and Stream was trying to pull a fast one on me. And I said, what are they trying to do? So then I did a little bit of online research, and lo and behold, a company from Utah bought 6 Field and Stream stores, one of which is in Troy, Michigan. And I got to go there yesterday with my dad. It was some great dad and son time, and I'll let if you got any thoughts. I got more thoughts, but I'll give you a chance.
Well, one of the companies besides Dick's Field and Stream that jumps out at me was, and I found this. I went to Ohio. We don't have any Waffle Houses in Michigan that I'm aware of. So I thought, I've never been to a Waffle House. I'd like to try that out, and I happened to be
They're down south.
I was in Ohio, the state below us, in a lot of ways. So they have one. I go there, and the first thing I see, and I am carrying concealed at that point, I go to the door, and there's a no gun sign. So I walk, because it's their property and that's their right. I take my firearm back to the car, I leave it, I come back into the store, I eat. I didn't think it was that great, by the way. And then not much too much longer later, they have a mass shooting in their store. So that's what gun-free zones do for businesses, I think. They make their customers into targets and victims.
All right, well, back to my story. I didn't realize we were going to talk about Waffle House. They're all over the place, by the way. Once you get to the southern part of Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, yeah, they're all over the place down there. See them all the time when we go back to Tennessee for vacations. But anyways, a little bit of customer review here. Excellent prices on their ammunition. Excellent prices on the ARs. They had a whole wall lined up with ARs. They had footgear. The prices on their footgear were excellent. Everything was competitively priced. Sales lady came by, stopped me, asked me if I needed any help. I said, no, I'm just taking it all in. And she goes, oh, well, we got Field and Stream items here for 10% off. And I went like this. I went, you need to get that Field and Stream stuff out of here, you know. For those who might not have been aware, Field and Stream, owned by Dick's Sporting Goods, they took we'll call it an anti-gun stance, where they not only did they remove all their ARs off the shelf, they stopped selling them. Like once they made their decision, they pulled all the ARs immediately. They did not sell their inventory to someone else in an effort to try and contain a revenue loss. They just out and out destroyed. And it is estimated, I think New York Times, it is estimated that at least $5 million in inventory was destroyed because of their anti-gun stance. So, you know, I think back, you know, in regards to the Field and Stream store, and, you know, I commented to Mac was they failed economics 101.
Sure
they didn't understand their customer base. You know, when a lot of sportsmen, the vast majority of sportsmen, I dare say, are gun guys. Yeah. And I'm sure they have more than an AR, but you know what? I'm sure they went to you, you know, as far as their decision. And And I'll tell you this, I would drive by, I routinely drove by that Field and Stream gun store, and I'd see 5 cars in the parking lot, and I go, ha, good. And then day after day or seeing it, I began to wonder, how long can these people stay in business? And I'm thinking, good. And then I heard they were going under financially, and I thought, good. And it wasn't until I got this flyer just the other day, just a few days ago, Sportsman's Warehouse flyer, that I've discovered that they ended up buying one of the Field and Stream stores. And I thought, great. So that's just my thought on it, you know.
Yeah, I think our Google research tells us there are 144 stores that have taken an anti-gun stance. Dick's and Field and Stream, I guess their goal, or the thing they wanted to project, is that they're going to get guns off the street so that this can't happen anymore. That's nonsense. That never made a difference.
A couple of the more popular ones, because I looked at the list, and some of them I had heard of, but they're thinking in terms of Fortune 500 companies. So there's a lot of companies on the Fortune 500. People, guy in the street, go, oh, who are they? But some of the ones that would be readily recognizable would be Gap. And here's one that I caught my eye. Levi Strauss and Company. And I would ask rhetorically, how many gun owners are wearing Levi's? I don't think I got any Levi's in my house, thank goodness. And just how many gun owners are wearing Levi's? Just a thought. Anything further?
Walmart is a company that comes to mind. They decided that, and I never saw any ARs in their stores to begin with, but they still sell shotguns, which, as we know, are quite deadly. And they sell ammo.
Speaking of Walmart, they used to have their ammo case in a glass display locked. You could never find a cashier. You had to stop someone who would go to a phone on a column and call, and you wait and you wait and you wait. It got to the point where I had to find another ammo source, and I've actually found a pretty good ammo source with Dunham's, not to be confused with Dick's, because I know they both begin with D. So Dunham's, but you're thinking, gee, I sure hope there's somewhere else other than Dunham's. Well, along comes Sportsman Warehouse, and their prices are competitive with Dunham's.
Going back to the thought about why Dick's and Field and Stream did what they did, I have to ask the question: people get killed with hammers quite often in this country. Yet Home Depot's not selling, going to stop the sale of hammers. It's not going to happen.
And going after the manufacturer, because I understand just recently there was a court case, and I'm sure it's going to be up for appeal, where the manufacturer is being held liable for the misuse of its product. What irritates me on this topic, we're getting a little off topic, but what irritates me is, well, are we going to sue Ford? Are we going to sue Chevy or GM or whoever for a guy who drinks alcohol and kills someone with a DUI? I mean,
which is a crime.
Where do you draw the line in that mindset is what I ask.
Sure. Starbucks is a place that doesn't support gun ownership. The thing about that is it's private property. It's their store. They get to decide. Again, I think they're making their potential customer, or making their customers potential victims. I wouldn't do it. I don't go there. I think their coffee sucks. I think it's run by a bunch of leftists from the northwest. Wouldn't give them the time of day. The NFL has taken an anti-police stance. They would have you believe that police officers are out there murdering black people for sport. And given the fact there are almost 950,000 law enforcement officers in this country, I guess they're not very good.
Well, NFL, I've already told you my thoughts on that organization in general. So,
and their attendance is down.
Yeah, big
people
time.
Aren't watching.
Even the bad teams used to be able to fill up their stadiums. That's not happening.
And we've got a pretty bad one here, I might add.
Yeah,
in the Detroit area.
You know what? I always say, thank goodness I'm not a football fan, because the Lions would be making me pull my hair out if I was.
Now, I think we made our point there. So, as we like to say on the Michigan Conservative Roundtable, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.